Good morning again. It's me, Nisi. I am making this short video, in response to a person who had sent me a message this morning on YouTube and had asked me how I got to the point to where I am now with my transition, with my awakening, I guess, transformation. The only thing I can say is that I was seeking something. I asked for knowledge from God, from the creator of all. I could see there was something wrong with this world, and I could feel that something was off. And waking up every morning, watching the mainstream news or TV, it didn't set with me. I don't know how to explain it. I've always known this information, and I had to be led back to it, if that makes sense. When you come to the creator of all and you ask for a thing, you have to be ready to receive it. And you have to be ready to process the information, take time out, and understand what it is showing you. For me, I have always been drawn to ancient culture, to more specifically, the pyramids of Giza. All of the pyramids around the world, even the pyramids here in the United States. There were too many similarities that I could not ignore. And I've always been fascinated by science and geology and geography. And so I actually had a time where I had to work. I couldn't work, and I was home from surgery. And so during that process, obviously I would study and read scriptures. And my son came over, my eldest son, Alex, came over one day to visit and check on me after my surgery. And we started talking, and he shared a video from a gentleman by the name of Bill Donahue, hiddenmeetings.com. And from there, I just started listening to Bill. At the time, I was listening to Joel Osteen, I was listening to Joyce Myers. I was actually still attending church services, worship services through the Church of Christ here locally in Houston, Texas. And I was at home and I could not drive, so therefore he came over to check on me and to minister to me. So from there, it piqued my curiosity more. I had been at one point closed-minded, blinders on, and I felt a certain way and was led to that path. Not going to say pushed, was seeking as a child and instructed as a child to grow up and be indoctrinated into a certain faith. From there, I deviated and started searching for myself. And for the last 20-something years, this is exactly what I did. Fast forward up to the time I had my surgery, and to that very day when my son came over. That is the day that I started to put things together. Piece by piece, little by little, slowly. And it has taken me quite some time. It has taken me 5-6 years to get to where I am now. It did not happen overnight. But I started to research. And when you start to research and you start to put things into perspective, then the blinders are off, and really and truly, once you see a thing, you cannot unsee it. Red pill, blue pill. If you are someone who is wanting more knowledge and doesn't necessarily have to go to a university to learn, you can open up a book and read yourself. You don't need for someone to tell you what to read and what to do and how to think. You have to be a person of your own mind and your own character. Yes, you may have outside influences by family, friends, co-workers, associates, what have you, but at the end of the day, It is your responsibility to reason within yourself and to use your own wherewithal. So I was always the one that was curious. I'm the curious George. So when you ask for a thing and you ask the universe, the creative conscious, the universal spirit, God as we call it, you have to be ready for what it will show you. Some may not like what you find. Others may not believe it. When you see the thing, when you see it, you will be afraid. You will be mortified, terrified, and then you will be in awe. You will be in awe of the very thing that you thought you understood when really you have known nothing. I believe in scripture in Matthew 6:22, it says, if thine eye be single, thy body will be filled with light. And I believe it's Matthew 6:25. I might have my scriptures incorrect. Yeshua says, Grandmaster Yeshua, or AKA Jesus Christ, as we like to call him in the Western civilization, take no thought. John 5:30 talks about, I by myself can do nothing, but I do the will of the one who sent me. And I'm paraphrasing that in my own words. But you have to be the person or the being that wants to seek the knowledge. And do not stop at just one ancient text. You must read them all. You must go back to the very, 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 very beginning. And it is not the Hebrew Bible, the Christian Bible that we have today. That book has been copied and it has been translated, obviously, and it has been used in some ways that it has not been used as it should be. It has been manipulated by man. I have been taught in the past that it is God's inspired word. True enough, men wrote it on tablets of stone, and it was transcribed from there, from Greece. So when you have these beings or these entities that translated these tablets, these stone clay tablets from thousands and thousands of years ago, it is up to interpretation. The Council of Nicaea decided what we would now have as the modern day Bible. And then King James also put his spin on it as well. So when these teachings have been broken down and manipulated for an agenda, you have to go back to the very beginning. And I know that most people will say, why would I want to research more about different ancient cultures and ancient pasts and civilizations? What does that have to do with my spirituality or my ascension process back to the creator of all, or to God? It has everything to do with it. Because once you start researching what is right in front of you and you ask for a thing, it will show you a path and it will guide you down that path. You have to be ready to accept the information that you receive, and you have to be able to process it. Not everybody is going to be able to. Not everybody is going to be able to awake or wake up to the world around them. 9 times out of 10, it is not, and I'm going to say this, you are not your brother's keeper. Because when I say that meaning, let me explain. You can tell a person something. It is up to them whether or not they want to receive it. And it is up to them whether or not they want to take the blinders off themselves. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Right? So if a person is comfortable living the life they're living now, and they're comfortable going into these worship buildings, places of worship, temples, churches, what have you, mosques, then that is their path. Maybe in a former life they were woke, and now they, in this life, choose not to be. They just choose to be a sleeping entity, a dead person, so to speak. I hope that clarifies what you asked, Pacult Sun. I hope I said that right. I appreciate you watching our video on YouTube, And I appreciate you asking the question. Honestly, I've always known this information. It just took me a while to wake up and to see it right in front of me. Not everyone is going to believe in extraterrestrials. Not everyone is going to believe that these beings came here thousands of years ago, over 250,000 years ago, and built these temples. That we had advanced technology. We had advanced teaching mathematics back then. Because if you read the Hebrew text, the manipulated text, not the Sumerian tablets, but the Hebrew text, the King James Version Bible, it is going to give you a scenario. It leaves out a lot of information. So you have to put the pieces of the puzzle together. That means that every civilization, every culture on every continent of this planet has their own teaching, because these beings or these entities went out across the entire planet, okay? The entire planet, and taught. So not everyone is going to believe that. Not everyone is going to be able to understand that. It goes against the grain, and it goes against how they perceive their own reality. So it is a lot of information. And once you start researching it, and once you start putting the pieces together, the veil is lifted. So, do I believe in the creator of all? Oh, definitely. Most definitely. This macrocosm and microcosm is intelligently designed, and it is proven in quantum mechanics, quantum physics, and mathematics. It is intelligence. Do I believe in Jesus Christ? Yes. He is one of many avatars that came here to this dimension to help lead us back to the infinite being. And his name was not Yeshua. His name was not Jesus Christ. The J was invented in 1500, I believe 1524 if you want to look it up. His name was Yeshua or Joshua. Okay? So that was and is his name. He still exists on a different plane. Do I believe in Buddha, Muhammad, Krishna, Lao Tzu? Yes. They were all pieces of the infinite creator. They were tapped into the consciousness or Christ consciousness, and they had oneness with the creator of all. Different beings, different time frames. Some say that they were reincarnated. Thoth was the original teacher or master as of the lost teachings of Atlantis, and that being was here, ruled 16,000 years in Kemet, or in Atlantis, which is now Egypt, which is now all over the world. And with that being said, many have said that this being is reincarnated from, Thoth is reincarnated as Grandmaster Yeshua, aka Jesus Christ. You need to do your research. You need to read. Everybody has a different perception. Some may be offended by what I'm saying. I'm sorry. I read, I study, I know things. And if you took the time out, you would also. So, to sum this up, every path is different. Everyone's journey is different. And I hope I have clarified that. And I hope you continue to watch. And if you want to know more, please inbox me, and I will give you my email and my phone number, and you can call me, and I can point you in the right direction of what books you would want to pick up and read to help you on your path. Again, when you ask for a thing, you have to be ready to accept it. And many on this journey are not. Many are asleep. There are only a few of you that will rise up. There are only a few of you that will understand my message and understand what I'm saying right now. Otherwise, it's just for entertainment purposes only, and you'll keep scrolling through YouTube and Facebook. And maybe not, these algorithms may pick it up, and maybe you may see this video today, tomorrow, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and be like, okay, what is she talking about? So, I hope this message finds you well. Thank you for joining me. And be the change that you want to see all around this planet, because it is up to you and I to make a positive change in this realm in order for us to get back to the infinite creator. I love you guys. Bye.